I've been seeing this audio visualizer in Instagram Reels lately, so I decided to seek it out myself because it's great for content, but it also looks really cool and it could make music making even more fun. This is Minimeter, and it allows you to create a dashboard of sorts of different audio visualizing meters. This thing can be overlaid on top of your DAW, or you could pop out the individual meters if you want to use it that way. And to my surprise, it turns out that this thing is free. However, there is a paid version, but the free version has a ton of functionality. But before we get ahead of ourselves, let's jump over and take a look at what all is included. All right, cool. So I have this thing positioned on the top board right here on Ableton, but we can move it all around. Let's go ahead and start playing so we can see the audio come in. I'm actually going to turn down the master here so it doesn't get too annoying for us. Awesome. So now we got that playing. We can go ahead and click on this, and right away you can see we have settings. If we hold down command, we can actually move this thing all around, which is pretty cool here. And if we want to make it bigger or smaller, we just drag it from the bottom or the side, and we can make this thing as big as we want. What's really cool too is you can actually pin this. So right here we can pin it to the top. So now when we click on Ableton, it's gonna stay there. So that's why it's cool. You can put it right above Ableton and have it like that. The only thing really about this demo version is that it says demo version right over the top. And if you hover on it, it says click here to download the full version. But honestly, it's not that bad. Like, that's not too noticeable. But let me show you exactly all the settings that you get. So if we go over here, we can click into the settings and we get all of this dropping down. And yes, there are really that many themes, and they're all pretty awesome to say the least. So first off, with our channel one, we can pick if it wants it to register the left, right side, or the mid side. So that's pretty cool that it does the mid and side. But let's go ahead and pick the left, and by default channel 2 is off. But if we go ahead and click maybe right, now we're gonna see the right and left side individually of each other. Now we have control over the static, which just makes it all black, or the multi-band, which is gonna show us the different bands in here. And you can even turn on the history. You have a fast and a slow history if you want to check that out as well. Over here shows us the different modules, and you can see by default with the free plan you have the waveform and the peak LUFS, and this is the peak LUFS over here as well. So if you wanted to turn that off, you can just have the waveform, or if you want to turn off the waveform, you can have the LUF meter, but then it's kind of standing over there by itself. So having them both is pretty cool. But I'm just obsessed with all these different themes because there's so many of them, and they're all really cool. So you can have it fit your theme in Ableton, because you can get pretty much any theme colors you want. So you can have this fit right in perfectly, and a lot of these are really dope. I'm having a hard time choosing which one I like the most. Now here's what's cool. You can pick what audio source you want it to hear from. So you could have it hear from your mic, for example. Or I have a Sonar system wide, so this is going to be everything that runs through it. Otherwise, the other way is you can use their own plugin. They have a Minimeters plugin, which downloads automatically when you download the free or paid version. It's called the Minimeters server. And you probably want to put this on your master, unless there's like a certain channel you want to hear it from. So when this is open, it's going to say currently set as primary instance. So we can go ahead and drag this off to the side. We want to leave that open. But now that it's on the master, it's going to grab anything from our master in Ableton. And just make sure you also have it set in your settings as well, right here. And there you go. You can even see it's looking a little bit different than it was previously. Yeah, so let's go ahead and jump back into the settings now, and you'll see that you can actually pick the sample buffer size right here. Otherwise, if we go back to the other option that we were doing, that just goes away. So in the advanced settings, you can see we can reposition the off-screen windows or show a drop shadow. That's pretty cool. And actually, this is how you pop out the different modules. You can also click the left and right if you want to move the positioning of everything in here as well. Or if you want to pop it out completely, boom, it ended up going on my other screen. So let me pull this over. Boom, and here we go. Now we have this separate from the other one. Now, when you go to their website, they're going to tell you what operating systems are going to work well with this software. But I definitely recommend that you download the demo version before you get the paid version anyways, just to make sure it's going to work. You also have your frames per second, so you can set this wherever you like. That's pretty much it for the free version. Now, let me go pay for this thing so I can show you guys what's different on the paid version. And by the way, the paid version is only $10 here, and I will leave a link for this in the description below. All right, guys, I just paid for this thing, and it looks 10 times better right out of the box. And you can see all these other sources are looking pretty crazy already. I mean, and it's obviously being triggered from my voice right now. I don't have anything else playing. You can see we have a horizontal or a vertical presentation. You can see it right here. Actually, it looks like we have different options for each one of these things that we put in here. So yeah, you can see this one has smoothing, so you can set it to work perfectly. It has a slope, for how big the curve is going to be there. Let's turn everything off so we can look at them individually. So the stereo meter, interesting. Let's go ahead and play with this a little bit. Oh, I like how that is going. RGB multiband. Okay, so that's kind of cool looking, not gonna lie. Okay, you can even turn on guides here too really quick, and you can turn this on as well. So you have a couple different things to play with, how you want it to look and be perceived. That's pretty cool. So we have our LUF meter. We also have the waveform. This is kind of like the same exact thing that was in the free version. You can see we have all of the same options as well. So spectrogram, this is the one we were looking at before. That has a lot of cool stuff going on here as well. Let's look at the oscilloscope now. Oh yeah, this one's dope. This reminds me of what FL Studio has inside of their DAW as well. And guys, this works with any DAW, right? This isn't just DAW specific. And it does have a VST3. I believe it has the different kinds of plugin file formats too. Cool, let's also switch on Spectrum now. This one's pretty awesome looking, not gonna lie. So we have main, audio, and reference. So we have a lot of control over the smoothing, the slope, and obviously you'll probably be using more than one at a time. So maybe we have this on with the oscilloscope and the waveform. I don't know. And look, okay, cool. I was gonna say, you can drag them to be as big as you want them to be, right? So that's pretty cool. I was wondering about that. Cool, now let's see what this thing looks like with an actual beat playing. Damn, that's cool looking. Yes, sir. And if you guys want to see some other cool websites and tools for music producers or content creators alike, definitely check out this video next.